Hi! For today, we will discuss about a grade 10 mathematics lesson, circles. And our objectives are to measure arc length and area of a sector, and to solve angles formed by tangents, secants, and chords of a circle. Let's start first with the arc length. Arc length is the measure of the arc, and it is a part of the circumference of the circle. To get the arc length, we just need to get theta over 360, where your theta here is actually the measure of your central angle, equals the arc length. Arc length is represented by this cursive L over 2 pi r. So again, your L there is the arc length and your R is the radius. Let's start with this example. Find the length of the following arcs given its degree measure. The measure of arc ST is equal to 125. Find the length of ST. So first, let's locate its degree measurement. So we have there ST. So you have here your ST on the circle. And it tells you that it's 125. We know the central angle theorem tells you that its degree measure is also equal to its intercepted arc. Okay. Next, we also need to know your radius. So the radius given here for the circle O is 5. Remember our formula, the ratio of theta over 360 equals arc length over 2 pi r. So substitute lang natin yung values. You have there 125 over 360 equals L over 2. And for our pi, let's use 3.1416. And your radius given is 5. Again, we just have to solve the arc length. So to do that, let us cross multiply. So cross multiply this and that. And you'll get here 360L is equal to 125 times 2 times 3.1416 times 5. And we just need L here, so divide both sides by 360. So now you have here your L. So to find the answer, gamit lang tayo ng calculator. Diretsuhin nyo na po ang pagtatype. So we have 125 times 2 times 3.1416 times 5 divided by 360, and you have there 10.91 units. Don't forget your unit of measurement. Since this is length and there is no specific unit, we still put the word units. So that is our answer for number 1. Now let's try here your number 2. For number 2, you now have here your arc, RQ. So the arc is RQ, this one. And the measurement is 65. Again, for your central angle theorem, it tells you 65 degrees din po ito. So also we know our R, it's still radius equals 5. So for the formula, theta is equal to 360 equals your arc length over 2 pi r. And substitute, you have there 65 over 360 L over 2 times 3.1416 times 5. Okay. Again, cross multiply. So multiply this and then on the other side this one. So we have there 360L equals 65 times 2 times 3.1416 times 5. Again, we don't need the 360 here, so divide both by 360. And using your calculator, again, just type everything. So 65 times 2 times 3.1416 times 5 divided by 360, and you have there L is equal to 5.67 units. So, ganun lang po kumuha ng ating arc length. Now, let's try the area of a sector. When we speak of area of a sector, It refers to the area, but of a specific part of the circle. Para madaling ma-visualize, sa top view ng pizza natin, if it's round, you just get a slice of it. And we just have to get the area of that slice of pizza. So in this case, again, it will just be the ratio of your angle and the area. So again, it's still theta over 360. Theta is still the measure of an angle. A subsector is the area sector of your circle over pi r squared, or the area of your circle. And r is still your radius. So let's give an example to this figure. Find the area of the shaded region. So again, ang kailangan lang natin is the degree measure and of course the radius. So for the formula, you have there theta over 360. Since we are looking for the area, now we put area of the sector over formula ng area natin, pi r squared. And then you have here 90 over 360 equals area of the sector over pi. Use pa rin natin 3.1416. And for your r, we have there 8 centimeter then square. So in this case po, we can actually simplify this fraction, 90 over 360, di ba? Numerator and denominator are both divisible by 90. So it could be 1/4. Tapos tsaka natin siya i-cross multiply para sa multiplication natin mas mapadali. So ito na po yung i-cross multiply and this one. So to continue solving, we have now there 4 area sector is equal to 1. So kahit actually hindi na siya ilagay, 3.1416. And you have there 8 centimeter then square. So to square that, you have 64 square centimeters. So multiply lang din. And again, we don't need the 4 on this side. So divide by 4. And then on the other side, divide by 4 again. So don't be afraid to use your calculator for this. So gamit ang calculator natin. Kung gusto nyo mag-simplify, pwede pa rin ha. Like 64 here over 4. Diba? 64 divided by 4 is 16. So you have there 16 times 3.1416. And you have the area 50.27 square centimeters. So now, this is your answer for the area. Gamit lang po ang ratio ng angles and area. So in this case, we now have our second problem with circle S. For circle S, you have the given angle 52 degrees while your radius is 10 centimeters. Ganun pa rin po ang gagawin natin. Use theta over 360 equals area sector over pi r squared. So we have your theta as 52 over 360. For the area sector, again, 3.1416 for pi, and r squared is 10 cm squared. So dito kung ayaw nyo mag-simplify, pwede rin naman po, pwede nang idiretso po to. Diretso nyo na pong i-cross multiply. So we have there 360 area sector is equal to 52 times 3.1416 times 10 cm squared is 100 square centimeters. Divide both sides by 360. And again, you may now use your calculator to get your final answer. 52 times 3.1416 times 100 divided by 360, our area of the sector is now equal to 45.38 square centimeters. Yan. After doing our arc length and area circle, now let's go back to this again as a review. We have here two circles with two angles on each, and let's just identify what kind of angles are there. So for circle O has angle AOB. And as we can see, the vertex is the center of the circle. Therefore, angle AOB is a central angle. And again, please do not forget that the measure of the central angle is equal to its intercepted arc here. On the other side, we can see that the angle formed is angle LAP. Ayan. And the angle or the vertex of the angle is on the circle. So this is what we call an inscribed angle. So do not forget that the measure of angle LAP here or angle LAP is 1/2 the measure of its intercepted arc LP. Importante po yan sa mga isosolve natin sa mga susunod na problems. Okay. So, sa math, may mga sad story tayo. Katulad nito, I have here a circle and a line. So, kung makikita nyo, ang circle at ang line ay pinagtagpo ng isang beses. Pero as you can see, the line continues going on and on, pero hindi niya na ulit tatamaan si circle. Kaya tinawag na pinagtagpo, pero hindi tinadhana. Okay? Nagkita sila at point A. Ayan, si point A ang kanilang meeting place. And actually, this line CB is what we call a tangent. So when we speak of tangent, it has exactly one point common with a circle. Isang beses lang nagtama. And their point of intersection is what we call the point of tangency. So kung merong pinagtagpo pero hindi tinadhana, meron ding binigyan ng second chance pero hindi talaga para sa isa't isa. So second chance. We now have here another line which is a secant line. So it tells you that this line intersects the circle in two distinct points. Exactly 2 points naman yung kanilang pagtatama. Pero yun na yun. Hanggang dun na lang. So, bakit kailangan tong mga to? Because these lines will form different angles with the circle. And of course, because of that, may mga theorems tayo or formula to use in order to solve for the angles. So, let's start with the first one, the radius-tangent theorem. So, yung katulad na sinabi ko kanina, if you form a radius to the point of tangency, this is perpendicular to your tangent. Kaya po may 90-degree angle. Okay, that's one. Next, we also have here two chords theorem. So, ano ibig sabihin ng two chords na to? So, kung makikita po ninyo, there are two chords intersecting. Ayan it intersected inside the circle. Pero hindi sinabing center tong point E natin So, it tells you that the angle formed is equal to half of the measures of the intercepted arc. So, ibig sabihin, i-add mo daw itong arc AB tsaka si arc DC to get the measure of your angle. That's angle AEB. Ito naman po yun. However, since we now have here vertical angles, ganun na rin po ang measurement ni angle DEC. Tandaan nyo po yan. Pangalawa, there are 6 theorems. Next, a tangent and a chord. So, kung makikita nyo naman po dito, we have here the chord AB. Yan, intersected at a tangent at B. Pero ito po ay hindi radius it's a chord. So, ang sabi naman po, the measure of the angle, so kung itong angle na to, is just the half measure of its intercepted arc. So, kalahati. This is like the formula for your inscribed angle, okay? So, kunin mo lang yung kalahati. Also, since you have that one, pwede mo rin pong kunin yung measure ng angle dito, the angle ABC. And to get that, it's just 1/2 of your arc AB. Okay, so dalawa po yung pwedeng makuha for the tangent chord theorem. We also have here two tangents theorem. So, pang-apat na po. Sa two tangents theorem, you can see na meron tayong two tangents, tangent AB and tangent BC, intersected at the circle at point C and point A. So, it tells you that the segment AB and AC are congruent. And nakikita din po natin that the circle or the angle formed is outside the circle. So, to get that angle, kukunin mo lang daw po yung difference nung dalawang intercepted arc. So, that's the arc, the bigger arc, minus the smaller arc here. Okay, so that's how you solve and get its half for two tangents. Meron pa tayong panglima. So, sa panglima, we have a tangent and a secant. So, ganun uli, the angle formed is outside the circle. So, katulad kanina sa tangent-tangent theorem, dito, since outside din ang circle, dalawa din po ang kanyang intercepted arc. So, all we need to do is subtract them and get its half. And for our final theorem is the two secants theorem. Just like what we have, the angle is formed outside the circle given its two intercepted arc. So, ayan, may dalawang arc. So, again, the measure of the angle is half the difference of the two intercepted arcs. So, isubtract mo lang and then get the half. So, baka may magreklamo dyan, ma'am, ang dami namang formula, parang di namin matatandaan yun. Yan, no? So, actually, we have there 5 formula and then yung isa yung sa nakapag-form ng 90 degrees si radius tsaka si tangent. So, dito po sa limang to, you don't really need to remember all, but let's just have a shortcut. First is we need to locate the angle. Saan na form yung angle natin? Is it inside the circle? Is it on the circle? Or is it outside the circle? So, remember, pag inside the circle, di ba ang itsura po ng ating graph or ng ating line segments ay ganyan? Not necessarily sa center. Ayan. So, ayan yung angle po natin, ha? Ganyan yung itsura. And the formula here is simple. So, the formula is just get the 1/2 of the sum of two arcs. Ayan. So, ayan, ha? Padaliin lang natin yung formula. So, kunin mo lang pala yung half of the sum of two arcs. Ma'am, paano naman kapag on the circle? So, kapag on the circle, you have here the circle, tapos gagawa ako ng angle here. So, let's have a chord. And, yan, assume na tama yung pagkakalagay ko. Ayan. So, para lang siyang inscribe. So, to get this, di ba, it's just 1/2 of the intercepted arc. Yan lang. And bam, paano pag outside? Eh, di ba ang daming formula doon? Pero pare-pareho lang tayo actually nang gagawin. Again, I have a circle here. So, ang unang itsura niyan pwedeng tangent, tangent, di ba? Pero andyan sa labas yon. Pwede din po siyang ganito. Pwede siyang tangent, secant. So, tangent and secant. So, nasa labas pa rin. And your third one, sa paring circle, tapos dalawang secant naman. So, ayan and ayan. So, as you can see, lahat po sila merong dalawang intercepted arc. So, to do that naman po, we just have to simply get 1/2 of the difference. Difference of two arcs. So, susubtract lang. Siyempre, big arc minus small arc tayo. So, kapag babalikan natin, tama ba yung ginawa natin? Okay. Pag two chords theorem nasa loob, so add. Sum. Kapag tangent chord, ayan po, para lang inscribe, just get the half. Half. And kapag, ayan po, pag nasa outside naman po ang ating mga angle, subtract, 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 Kaya po, difference. So, in short, tatlo lang yung kailangan nating alalahaning formula to solve different kinds of problems. So, of course, this is your measure of your angle. So, let's try to answer these problems. First problem, I have here this. So, let's identify the measure of the arc BEA. O, ayan. Katulad nung cheat sheet natin kanina, we have there an inscribed angle. O, inscribe. So, anong gagawin ko para makuha yung arc sa kabila? Diba? Ita times 2 lang natin. So, you have here 266 degrees. Ma'am, paano naman kukunin yung kabilang side? Paano naman to? Remember that the measure of your whole circle is 360. So, this is 360 degrees minus 266 degrees, which is 94 degrees. And shortly after, pwede na natin kunin si angle A dito. And katulad kanina, it's just half. So, it's 47 degrees. Also, take note that you have here a linear pair. So, dapat 180 pag inad mo yung dalawang angles. Next problem. We have here, katulad kanina. So, you have your 124 para makuha si angle BAD. It's just divided by 2. So, this is 62 degrees. Okay? So, paano makukuha yung kabila? Di ba linear pair? So, that is 180 minus 62. And that is 118 degrees. O, paano mo kukunin yung mas malaking arc? Di times 2. So, that is 236 degrees. So, tama ba? 236 plus 124 degrees ay 360. 0, carry 1. Ay, wala palang carry. So, 360 degrees. So, tama tayo. Next problem. Naku, paano yan, ma'am? Angle outside. Pag outside, subtract. Paano mo isusubtract? Isa lang. Okay, so kailangan makuha muna natin itong isang arc. So, paano natin kukunin? Diba, it's 360 degrees minus 265 degrees, which is 95 degrees. So, 95 to. So, to get angle X, it is 1/2 times 265 degrees minus 95 degrees. And this is 170 degrees. So, you have here, angle X is equal to 85 degrees. So, ganon lang po mag-solve. I-identify kung nasaan yung angle formed and then proceed ka na ngayon sa susunod na step. Next, paano naman to? Katulad kanina, hanapin kung nasan yung angle. Outside. So, angle X is equal to 1/2, then subtract. So, 125 degrees minus 27 degrees, which is equal to 98 degrees. And multiply it by 1/2, so you have there 49 degrees. That's your angle X. See, locate the angle first and then solve for the unknown. Next problem. Nasan yung angle X natin dito? Diba nasa loob? At kapag nasa loob, we add the two angles. So you have there, angle X is equal to 1/2 times 71 degrees plus 129 degrees. And you have there, 1/2 is 1/2 of 200 degrees. This is 100 degrees. So, that's your angle X. So, ito po ay 100. Sa kabila, 100 lang din because they are linear pair. Okay, huwag kakalimutan, linear pair yan kapag ka nasa loob. So, 100 degrees din po yun. Do we have last example? Okay, last example. Hala, paano to ang hinahanap arc? So, wag kakabahan. Again, the angle formed is inside. So, remember that the angle is equal to 1/2 Tapos, sum of two arcs. So, replace lang natin. Your angle is 40 degrees. Tapos, yung sum of two arcs natin is 52 degrees plus x. And then, solve. Okay? So, to solve, kailangan mawala muna yung 1/2. So, multiply both sides by 2. Okay? Multiply it by 2. So, you have here 80 degrees is equal to 52 degrees plus x. And then, solve for x. You just have moved this on the other side. So, you have here x is equal to 80 degrees minus 52 degrees, which is equal to 28 degrees. So, ganoon lang po mag-solve ng ating problems. For your activity, please answer. Let's dig in of our module 4. Ayan.